Yo, yo, we have video number. Oh, video number 2, baby. I'm gonna make this video a lot quicker than I made yesterday's video. Yesterday's video was like almost 19 minutes long, or maybe it was 19 minutes long, I don't know. But these videos are a bitch to upload on YouTube, so I'm gonna try to keep this one shorter. And that's okay because I only just have minimal things to talk about. I mainly just want to talk about this show that I started watching today. And there's only 3 seasons of the show, and I guess the show has already come to an end. One moment, let me... Got some fucking sparkling water right now because I'm fucking fancy as hell. Fucking love sparkling water. My girlfriend's sister, she calls sparkling water a can of lies, but I will happily live in that can of lies. But anyways, let's get to the point. Started watching this show, and it's called Joe Pera Talks With You. I highly recommend watching this show. If you have HBO Max, it's on there. I'm wondering if it's like just free on like Adult Swim website, like Cartoon Network's website. I don't know, because I think it was an Adult Swim show, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be mistaken. But Joe Pera Talks With You. Joe Pera Talks With You. The way I found out about this guy actually is through another person who couldn't be any more opposite of him, named Connor O'Malley, who is actually a character in Joe Pera Talks With You. But Connor O'Malley is funny as shit. Go and look up Connor O'Malley on YouTube and watch his videos on YouTube. They are fucking crazy. He made this one video. Oh, I can't, like something port. I can't remember now, but it's hilarious. It's just like about how, you know, like the internet sucks now, and he's making like this. Oh, Endorphin Port. Yeah, look up the video Endorphin Port. That video is so fucking funny. That has quickly become one of my favorite YouTube videos of all time, probably. And it's just this video where Connor O'Malley is saying how much everything sucks and how our bodies, like, we don't need our bodies anymore, and we should start going into this new realm that he's creating for everybody called Endorphin Port, and it is funny as shit. And he is just crazy. Like, he is just off the hinges and you know, completely uncensored and everything. And then there's this guy named Joe Pera, who they have some kind of long connection with each other or something, because they have videos on other channels where they've made videos together. But Joe Pera, if you haven't heard of this guy, and he's been around for a while now, it's like, it's hard to know. Is this a character, or is this really this guy, or is it kind of like a little bit of both, where maybe it's an exaggerated version of this guy, but this guy is like, imagine the most plain, mild-mannered individual of all time. But imagine somebody who's like, I think Joe Pera might be in his mid to late 30s or something. But imagine somebody that age, but they have a soul of like an 80-year-old grandpa or something like that, who, you know, hardly swears, is like, you know, pretty straight-laced, in the show, he'll like drink like a glass of wine, here or there or something. Like he might have a beer or something like that, but and it's really surprising when you see it because he seems so mild-mannered that you think that this guy is like just so straight-laced. But he does do like little things here and there. But the show, and it has a very particular type of humor. It's not going to be for everybody, but this show has this very like, I don't even think dry is the word for it, but like a very innocent humor, very like wholesome type of humor. But then, like, all of a sudden, you'll be caught off guard by somebody who says fuck or something. Like somebody in the show will just say fuck or something like that. Or they'll say a cuss word, or or something will be mentioned in passing that is kind of dark or something. And you're like, what? And then it just goes back to being this wholesome show. And I don't really know anything to compare it to. But there's like, it's like every episode. I've watched the whole first season, and I'm halfway through the second season, and every episode will be like, Joe Pera talks with you about beans, and like the episode is about him. Like the main plot is about him planting beans, but there's more to it than just him planting beans, but. That will be like an episode, and they're all like 11 minutes long. But it is so. I say stick with it because the first couple episodes you're gonna be like, what is this? What the fuck is this, Bobby? Like, why would you lead me to watch this thing? This is kind of weird and. This seems kind of bland or something. Just stick with it. Seriously. It's fascinating. It's mind-blowing. And I actually think the show is very, very imaginative. It is super fucking imaginative. And I love this guy. Character guy, Joe Pera. I don't know. It seems like it has to be a character. But maybe this guy kind of is like that. He's got me fooled. I don't know. I've seen like other things with Joe Pera in it, and I've seen like, maybe like Jimmy Fallon has him as a comedy guest. Joe Pera, comedy guest, and he'll just have the most. It's like jokes out of like the oldest joke book you can think of, like out of a joke book from like the 50s or something, like just something like so plain and bland that it almost like transcends humor because it's so not funny that it is really, really funny. If you're on the wavelength, you got to get on the wavelength. But it's just so interesting. I'm sure that, if I end up having a lot of people that watch this, watch my videos or something eventually, they're going to watch this video and they're going to be like, I know who Joe Pera is. But this is just for people who don't know who Joe Pera is. And who don't know Joe Pera Talks With You, the show Joe Pera Talks With You. Watch it. Watch this show. This show is magical. And I just want to say one last thing, because we're almost getting to like the 10-minute mark, and I just want to, I don't want this to be like the 19-minute video that I had yesterday. Even though yesterday's video, I think it was good. For my first video, I think that was pretty fucking good. But, this show has done something that no other show has ever done, and not a movie has ever done for me. And it made me get teary-eyed over a kiss. Over a kiss. I'll just leave you with that. All right, thank you for watching. If you watched this video, There will be more to come. Have a great motherfucking day. Bye bye.